able to tell that it's time for Zara to go to bed for the night because she gets a little bit fussy, but she looks sleepy as well. So usually this is my cue to know that it's time to put her to bed. So usually I'll start by giving her a nice feeding. So I'll breastfeed her for about 30 minutes to an hour, and that just gets her really relaxed and really calm. And honestly, during breastfeeding, it's like super important that you stay hydrated, and I learned this the hard way because honestly, my milk production had really slowed down when I wasn't drinking every session. So now I make sure to have some type of hydration while I'm feeding her right next to me. So that's super important for me before I start breastfeeding. I'll try to massage her face, massage her cheeks, just to kind of calm her down and to wind her down and get ready for bed so that she knows. I use that kind of as a routine so that she knows that it's time for bed soon. And I allow her to feed for as long as she wants. So I'll allow her to use one booby, and then I'll eventually switch her to the other one once that one seems to be empty. And I'll let her feed on, my boobs or breast for as long as she chooses to. And usually she'll unlatch when she's done. And then that's when I'll burp her. And I try to get at least 1 to 2 good burps out of her, and then anything that comes after that is good. But it really helps with decreasing her spit ups when I burp her, even when I'm breastfeeding her. And then I try to eat a lot of almonds because those are very good for milk production. So I have some raw almonds, and I try to eat at least a handful per day to help keep my milk good. And as you can see, now she's in a good mood. She's not fussy, and this is what we like because she's going to do her bath time. And I want to make sure she's not too sleepy for it, but I want to make sure she's not fussy as well. So right here, as you can see, she's finishing up on the boob again. But after she finishes, I get her ready for her little bath. She's still sleepy, but she's awake enough that she wouldn't be too drowsy to take a bath. So I like to use 2 washcloths for Zara during her bath time because one I use to keep on her body to keep her nice and warm, and then the other one I use to wash her up. So while I'm getting her bath prepared, I put her in her, little chair.
You see the moon, Poo Poo? You see the moon?
And shout out to TT Shalom for this because she actually loves this Nuna chair. So I use this to kind of keep her occupied. And then as she's occupied looking at the toys, I'll go ahead and start preparing the things needed for her bath. So at this point, I usually take out whatever pajamas she's going to wear. And right now she wears size 0 to 3 months. Anything that's newborn size is too small for her. So as far as what I use for her, I use Tubby Todd. I love this line, and this is in no way to sell this to you at all. I actually love this line. Obviously, I have a code for it. You could use code iamLindaElaine to save money on their website. But this cream especially is so important in her routine for her face. But I love their shower gel and their lotion as well because it has lavender and it really helps calm her down for the night. So then I try to still keep her a little bit engaged because again, I don't want her drowsy in her bath. And as she's still in her chair, I'll go ahead and get everything that she needs. So usually her bath is usually in my bathroom, but for some reason, I don't know why it was in the guest bathroom, but I'm just getting her bath ready because she's still taking sink baths, which she's actually kind of outgrowing already, even though she's technically still a newborn. But we will eventually go on to the tub, but for right now she's still in the sink, and I use this Lotus bath, which I love because her middle name is also Lotus. So I just try to get it nice and warm for her because she's like her mommy. She likes warm baths, so I try to give her a decent amount of water. And that's definitely a parental preference thing because I know some moms say don't give more than 1 inch of water, but my baby loves water and I don't typically take my eyes off her when she's in the bath. So again, I don't suggest doing over 1 inch of water, but for me, I do what works for me and my baby. Then I lay out a towel. I'll try to make sure it's like a little pillow for her little head since, the sink is hard. But then I'll go ahead and I'll get her undressed and just get her ready for her bath.
Take a bath, mamas? Yeah, we're gonna take a bath. we gonna take a bath, Zara? Zara, look at mommy. Are we gonna take a bath? Are we about to take a bath? Yeah. Yeah. What are you looking at? What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Take a bath. We're about to take a bath. We're about to take a bath. Yeah.
So I kind of learned this the hard way, but I made sure that I have her kind of on a routine where she does number 2 first before she takes her bath. That way she doesn't use the bathroom in the bath. So I try to give her some time to have her last like poop for the day so that, you know, she's nice and clean throughout the night before she has her next like number 2, which is usually around like midnight or 1 a.m. But I like her to be nice and comfortable after her bath. So this is usually when I'm changing her like poopy diaper, and it works out perfectly that way because again, her next poop isn't usually for, you know, a few hours later. So this is my Munchkin pail. I absolutely love this diaper pail. I will leave the link in the description box below, but every mom should have it because my house never smells like poop or pee, and it's absolutely amazing. So all of these products will be linked in my description box below, and then I'll probably do a video on like my favorite newborn as well as infant products because there's a lot of things that I have that literally I do not use, and then there's some staple products that I have that are like everything to me. So anyways, I'll do that as a later video, but basically I use this Tubby Todd shower gel. Again, I just love this line. It's an all natural line, but it smells so good. It's so gentle on her. It's gentle even on her hair, which I typically, you know, give her a bath every other day. Sometimes I'll go 2 days, but my baby's a little chunky, especially now, so she has a lot of rolls. So I don't like to really do every 2 days just because she gets a lot of accumulation of like dust and, well, not dust, but like dirt and things like that under her rolls from like spit ups and things like that. So I try to stay consistent with giving her a bath every other day, and that's just what works for us. And using these products do not dry out her skin. As far as keeping the faucet on, I know some parents sometimes say that's a no as well for temperature changes, but again, it's the sound of the water. It really helps soothe her. So when I turn it off, she actually doesn't like that. I think it kind of reminds her of the womb hearing the water. So I try to keep it on and off every now and then. As far as her face goes, I make sure to wash her face and her hair every time I give her a bath. Just one, because, you know, people like to kiss your baby and, you know, you want to get the germs and bacteria off her face. And that's how I'm able to keep my baby's skin so clear, because I make sure that I keep her face nice and clean as well as hydrated. And as far as her hair, she did develop cradle cap like very early on, and I like literally stopped it in its tracks. So literally, and make sure to wash her hair. And if you guys want to see how I, you know, got rid of her cradle cap, definitely leave a comment below and I'll show that video. It's super simple and super quick, but I found that making sure I wash her hair every time she has a bath has kept her hair from getting cradle cap. And then yeah, I use one towel again as, you know, just something to keep her warm. So I let the water just kind of stay on that towel because it prevents her from like shivering or being too cold or uncomfortable. And then as you can see, I just pretty much bathe her like this, and she loves her bath time. She never cries during bath time, and I just absolutely love that she loves it. Then typically I will comb her hair like at least once a week. I don't do this every bath time, but again, this is just something that I do just to prevent cradle cap. And again, the links will be in the description box for the products that I use, but this is the Frida Baby comb. And then I just, you know, define her curls a little bit after I kind of ruin them with the comb. But then I like to go in with the brush as well, because any of the little flakes or anything like that, to me the brush will help take out because it's nice and soft, and to me it just brushes any extra flakes that may be in their hair.
Hi mamas. Hi mamas. Hi baby. Here we go. Hi there, poo-poo. Hi poo. Hi poo-poo. Hi mamas.
Then I like to use this all over ointment, and I just use it on her face because I find that honestly for any like cradle cap on the eyebrows or any dry skin on their face, like it literally eradicates that, and it's like so hydrating for their skin, but it's not like super oily. So I love this cream, and she loves it too. So I've just been using this all over her little face for quite some time now, actually. And then I use the everyday lotion all over her body because I like to give her a nice massage, and she loves it.
Yeah? A little massage? Got a little massage, a little baby massage? Yeah, those feet. Those feet. You like your feet rubbed, right? I like my feet rubbed. So good, right?
Then I like to use this Earth Mama diaper balm on her little butt. I use this only after bath time because I just feel like it helps prevent any diaper rash. And if I see like her little bum is getting a little irritated, like around her like anus, I will usually put the balm there just because sometimes it can get a little red depending on how many times she poops during the day. So I like to use that every time I give her a bath. And that's pretty much it. That's my mama's bath time. Then I like to just put some pajamas on her just so, she's not cold throughout the night. But before, she was always a naked baby because I used to always love doing skin to skin with her. But every now and then I will put a onesie on her just because my dad and my sister are always like, if you don't put clothes on that baby. But other than that, I like to put like just a simple onesie on her. Sometimes I take it off during the night to do skin to skin, but usually she stays in her pajamas if she doesn't spit up on them.
You gotta do one more arm. One more arm. This arm, yes. Go ahead, put it down. Good job. Okay, give up this arm. Yeah, good job. Okay, now we gotta close you. Close your little butt. Yeah, we gotta close you. You smell so good. Do you know you smell so good? Sam, my dress. Yay! Yay!
Then I like to apply coconut oil to her scalp, like especially where she has had cradle cap before, because coconut oil is a natural antibacterial, natural antiviral. It has so many benefits, the list goes on and on, but I like to put that on her scalp because I also found that that prevents cradle cap for her as well. And then I turn on her favorite song. I don't know how her grandma found out that that was her favorite song, but literally it puts her to bed. She loves that song. And I don't know, it's something about country music, but I feel like a lot of babies like country music. I haven't figured out why, but there's something that they must be hearing in it that soothes them. So I let her listen to her music while I put her in her bassinet. And this bassinet is from Shop Love Duo, and I'll put all the information in the description box as well. You can use code iamLindaElaine to save. But I typically use this bassinet as, something that I occupy her with when I still have stuff to do. Like, so if I'm making the bed or if I need to clean up, things like that, I'll put her in her bassinet. And then these cards are from Love Every. I love these because they help with brain development, but they also keep her occupied while I'm doing other things. So as you can see right now, I'm just cleaning up all her bathroom stuff. So I'm squeezing all the water out of her Lotus, and I wash her Lotus every other bath. So I typically just hang it in the shower and I let it dry on its own, and it does amazing with getting rid of all the water, and the next day it does not smell like anything. So I love that bath. Then I get her humidifier ready. I don't use this every night, but when she sounds a little bit mucusy, I will use this during the night for her. Then while she's still in her bassinet, at this moment I'm just sanitizing some of her pumping equipment. So I just took everything apart so I could just sanitize everything in boiling water. Everything is already washed, but I'm just sanitizing it again just because I try to deep sanitize her bottles and her pumping supplies at least once a week. And I just pretty much put everything in boiling water and let it sit for a little bit, and then take them out and allow them to dry naturally. Then I'll put everything on her little drying rack. Again, oh my god, this bottle rack is my life as well. It's separate from my regular dish rack. I'll leave it in the description box as well if you're interested. But then after her stuff dries, or sometimes I'll hand dry it myself with a microfiber wipe. But after it dries, I kind of put it together and I, again, hydrate myself, because this is typically where she gets fussy and she's like, Mommy, if you don't come get me, it's a problem. So I get her pump ready as I'm getting her ready to have her last feeding as well. That way I can pump as I'm feeding her. So once I get situated, I start feeding her again, and this is typically her last feeding until around 1 a.m. And her bedtime right now is between 8:30 and 9 p.m. So she's on like a pretty good schedule. I mean, her first month was really crazy and she would wake up kind of every 2 hours or so, but now she only wakes up around 3 times during the night. So it's not as bad, and I know that this feeding, her 8:30 to 9 feeding, will be her first for the night, and then her second will be around 12 a.m., 1 a.m., and then her next one will be around 4 to 5 a.m., and then her next one will be around 8 a.m. So they're pretty spaced out now, which definitely helps me as far as getting, rest and being able to relax and sometimes getting some things done. So I'll feed her for as long as she wants. And right now, she does not like Bobos at all. So literally, she uses my boobs as her Bobo, and I've just had to accept it. But I've also learned not to allow her to suck on my nipple for too long, because I don't want her to think that that's a way that she needs to fall asleep. So typically, once I feel like she's done latching, I will take her off and I will rock her to bed. And typically her song is still playing, but sometimes I'll either play crystal bowl music, or I'll play white noise sounds. But her song that you seen earlier puts her to bed the fastest. And then she also loves Just My Imagination by The Temptations. Those are her two favorite songs. So it just goes by however she's feeling for the night. But those are like my four selections as far as what puts her to bed. But yeah, I just rock her to bed because babies love to be rocked or bounced. And then once she falls asleep, I just put her down. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the like button, share this with all your new mommy friends, and I hope this helped you in some type of way. Congratulations to all the new mommies, and I hope you guys stick around to see my new mommy content. And I'm so excited to be a mom, and she's absolutely amazing. So congrats again to anybody else who's just now having their babies.